Hi everyone, it's Kristi. Welcome back. We are working on our Butterflies in Blue Insert Here file folder journal as our last project for the month of January. We have been focusing on file folder journals. I do have a playlist on my channel, so if you'd like to see more of those. But the idea for this one was to take a couple of inserts and kind of stack them with some paper, and I didn't think ahead. I was thinking they should be the same sizes as the papers. But when I measured them out, they weren't the same size as the papers because the papers are 5.5. And so the first insert should have been 5.5. And then this one 5 3/4, and then the cover 9x6. So I'm not crazy about how this looks at the moment. I will revisit this, but what I'm going to do with this right now is I'm going to keep these separated out like such, and I'm going to make a 2-signature journal. Okay, it's not exactly what I set out to do, but it's what I want to do now. I'm pretty sure this will work with a 3/4 inch spine. We even have the lines on there as a guide. I think that will be sufficient. So I am going to put these aside for now, and I may be able to add some more paper to this instead of just the 5, because that only gives me what, 40 pages for writing, and I'd like a little bit more than that. So I'm going to put these inserts aside for the moment, and don't be afraid to change your mind, guys. I always reserve the right to change my mind. So file folders here that I have purchased have 3 score lines on them, and I have scored on the third one, which gives me a 3/4. Well, I mean, there's a score already there, but I have folded it, so I have a 3/4 inch spine, and that was just so I could check that I think that would make a perfect spine for what we've got. So I want to trim this down. I'm not going to fold any pockets. I'm just going to trim this down to the 9-inch height that I want. And this is another insert, basically, and I'm just making this one up as I go. This is going to be very basic. I want to wrap, I was thinking about doing a wraparound, but the more I started playing with it, the less I liked that idea. So what I'm going to do is a 3/4 inch spine, and I'm going to fold so I'm going to cut it down to the 9 inches, but, and then leave the 6 inches and wrap around the side flaps just for tuck spots, because, you know, I like to have pockets on the front and back cover. So let's get this down. I apologize for the lighting, guys. It is raining here. There's a huge storm over the top of us, and it's not coming crazy down right now, but the wind has been crazy, and some people already that I know have lost their fence, and we lost our shade tarps in the back, and all of our wind chimes, and stuff's blowing all over the place. But the power's been flickering, but it hasn't gone out, so I'm carrying on. I think I can still videotape because my camera's on battery. So videotape. It's not videotape, guys. It's digital. All right, so I've cut off this piece. I'm going to hang on to that. I don't know where it'll come in handy, but it will. All right, so let's get my scoreboard out. And I'm sorry if I sound a little flustered. I am. I went ahead and uploaded the video I had for today, but I want to get ahead because I have some appointments tomorrow, and I want to make sure I can get a video up for you, and who knows, we might not have power tomorrow. So all right, I've got the 3/4 inch spine, and I'm going to use these lines as my guide for where to punch the holes. 1 signature on each of those with a 1/4 inch between the covers. So I want to score this at 6 inches because I want a 6-inch cover. So there again, I'm going to score this, use my ruler here to kind of bump that up just to keep it out of my way a little bit. And it's not going to leave a big flap. to fold. In fact, I probably should be doing this on the other side, but I think we're okay. But it'll be just enough for a little tuck spot, which is what I want. We've got a lot of pockets and flaps and things going on in this journal already, so I don't think it's necessary to have a lot going on this one. And there again, this would make an excellent excuse me, insert for the center of your journal. So this will be folded in this way, and this piece goes this way, just like that. And that is going to be our cover for these. All right, so let's tuck that in there. I like it. I think it looks good. I like that it's 1/4 of an inch. I don't know if you can see that, but it's 1/4 of an inch all the way around. Because we're doing 2 separate signatures, there's no, you know, pooching. In fact, I'm pretty sure I could add more papers to that with no problem. So I think that'll be nice, and it finishes at 9 by 6, which is what I wanted. So now I need to cut some papers. I'll probably put something on here. I'm probably going to put a couple pieces of Tyvek on the inside of here, and I'm going to cut some paper, and we will start matting, and then these will be pockets that we will glue down, so we'll have a front and back tuck. We don't have that on these. On these we did different. So this one had a flap, and then this side had a flap, and on this one we did the flip-flop flap over here. And then this one flips out. So we didn't use any of those as a stay down pocket. So that's what we're going to do on this one. So I need to cut 4 pieces. Let's see, let me get my pencil out. I usually will write on here, and you may have noticed, I write the size of the page, and then I write the size of the mat that I want. I'm going to want 5 3/4 on that. So I may have to print out some larger pieces, because I'm going to need 4 of those. And well, on the inside I don't need them to go as far. They don't need to be completely 5 3/4, but I will also need a piece for here. So this, and I'm doing here, so that's 3 inches, so I want 2 3/4 by 8 3/4. And I don't know what, I don't remember the rule for width and height. Width and height, not height. Which comes first? Is there a rule? Because I write them interchangeable. So let's see. On this one I pretty much just need like a small strip. I'm going to measure from here. It's 1 5/8, so I'll do 1 3/8, and there again we'll have the 8 3/4. Okay, and we don't need anything on this side because these are getting glued down, and I will cut those and be back. Okay, I'm back, and I've cut some paper. I've gone ahead and inked around the edges of the file folder. I haven't inked the pages yet, but I wanted to go ahead and show you what I did in here. I wanted to add a closure, an elastic closure, so I went ahead and matted this piece here, and then folded this and matted it here. Now you'll say, why didn't you stick that in the pocket so it doesn't show? It wasn't sturdy enough with just one layer of the file folder. So, so that's why. I probably will cover this with a lace or cluster or something, and then of course I still have to mat this side of the book as well. So I am going to probably take that back out, but I will insert the. I filmed some of it, and I will go ahead and insert that here. Okay, I'm going to punch a small hole here, and I think I'm going to mark it. So I'm going to come in maybe, oh gosh, let's do it this way. So I can see what I'm doing. Alright, so 4.5 is 9, so okay, that'll be centered. I don't need centered, but I do want it to be a little bit from the edge because I don't want it to pull out. So I'm going to do I'm going to do 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch in. And that's not really gonna, take up too much of that pocket. But I am gonna use the smaller 1/8 inch hole, and I'm gonna punch right on that X. Uh-oh, I lost this one. There it is. Okay. Right on that X. Now, I wanted to do it inside the pocket so it wouldn't show. But it wasn't sturdy enough. I need the double here. So I'm going to put this in like this. And put this one in here the same way. Just want to see if it'll work, and then we'll have where are the 2 inserts? I have these here like this, and then this will come over the top and close. Well, these will be sewn in, so they won't slide around. It is a little snug, but I think it'll work by the time I get stuff in the pockets and get the matting on. That's going to add some durability to it, and might have gone inside another 1/4 inch. Might have worked better, but I think this will be okay for what we're doing. And I'm probably going to run a piece of lace along here to cover that up. So that's what I'm going to use for the closure. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and mat the front and back cover. I wanted to play with that ahead of time so I knew it worked, before I got on camera and then it didn't work. I want this for the cover, and I want this for the back cover, but I think I want this going this way because I think that will look cool. Okay, so I am going to need to ink and glue and fast forward. Okay, so let's finish matting. Now, I did not use an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper for this. This one, of course, this one, and the front and back cover were from that vertical, well, the front, I can say, because I cut it wrong, of course. There wasn't quite enough because they're 9 by 6. I cut this one wrong, so I used this from another page. Actually, this was an envelope, that's what I'm using for the back cover. This was one sheet and I turned it vertically, and because this pocket was bigger, I didn't need as much over there, but then I did need, oops, I let that glue down. That wasn't good. I forgot I had glue on that. Let's go slow. If you kind of saw back and forth with your bone folder, you can kind of get that glue up. It'll tear a little bit, but we're going to glue it right back down. So I do need to I need to ink this piece a little bit. And like I said, I did put a couple of pieces. It's just 2 bracelets side by side. There, which covers not only the fold, but it covers where we're going to be sewing in the signatures. So don't want those ripping out. Oh, don't need to do that side. All right, so you know, it just occurred to me that this journal would make a great idea book for sticking lots of pockets for tucking pieces of ephemera in, and blank pages. I mean, if you're not wanting it for writing or whatever. I am going to leave the pages blank because there's enough tucks and pockets and things in the folders that we don't need to do that to the pages. So, all right, there we go, guys. That is our cover, aka insert. If you don't want to use a 3/4 inch spine on this one, you know, and you just want to use it as another insert, you know, this will come over further because this 3/4 of an inch is off that front side. And just use the original fold and score over at 6 inches and use your flaps. Yeah, a lot of fun. So I think this is going to be really, really cool. I like it, and that's, you know, a little bit, it's about a 1/2 inch bigger all the way around, well, 1/4 inch on the outside. Need to sew in the signatures. So I'm going to go ahead and sew these 2 into this cover, and then we will be back and start decorating. I need to finish cutting out the ephemera and you know, just inserting our tags and all of our goodies that we have for in here. So that's what we'll do next time, and then I'll get this closure back on as well. All right, so thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.